Hey guys, Jesse from Gridless Heating and Cooling. This video is going to be about Rinnai's new multi-split 18 kilowatt system, which has recently surged in popularity, partly due to the Victorian Energy Upgrades rebates that it attracts. It attracts about $8,000 to $8,500 in government rebates. So it is a very attractive system for people looking to get an efficient split system installed in their home. So you can get a multi-split with up to 6 different heads with this system. Now Rinnai also offers different kilowatts in terms of systems. There's quite a few different offerings that it offers. It offers a 13, 11, a 9, and a 7 kilowatt system. This video is going to mainly cover the 18 kilowatt, and if you are thinking about getting this done, I would also heavily suggest considering only the 18 kilowatt system. Now the reason for this is because it attracts the most number of rebates. If you go to the Victorian Energy Upgrades calculator, you can actually calculate the number of rebates that you'll be getting. And if you go with the 18 kilowatt unit, you can get the most rebates. So if you're looking to heat and cool your home in one go without having to spend more down the line, if you want to get the most out of these rebates, then that is the system that I would recommend getting for you. It's the 18 kilowatt unit. So in this video, we're going to be going over a couple of different things. We're going to be going over the different heads that are available for this unit. We're going to be going over the specific rebate amounts that you can qualify for. We'll be going over the noise level of the unit, the extra features that the unit has, such as Wi-Fi, and also the pricing of the unit and the pricing of any extras that may be incurred during installation, such as having a tin roof, internal walls which require condensation pumps, double-story homes, and that's pretty much most of the extras that could be incurred. Cool, so let's start with the energy efficiency of these units. So the 18 kilowatt unit has an annual energy efficiency ratio of 3.45 for cooling and an annual coefficient of performance of 3.87 for heating. So it's quite an efficient system. 3.87 for heating means that 1 kilowatt of electricity put into these units produces about 3.87 kilowatts equivalent of heating energy. So that's how air conditioners and reverse cycle air conditioners work. They actually produce more heating and cooling than the energy that you're putting into them, which makes them really, really efficient ways of heating or cooling your home. So the available heads for this unit, you can have any combination of heads as long as they are under 20.5 kilowatts. So you can get an 8 kilowatt unit, a 7 kilowatt unit, a 6 kilowatt unit, a 5 kilowatt unit, a 3.5 kilowatt unit, 2.6 kilowatt unit, and a 2 kilowatt unit. Now, obviously these are up to suppliers availability. So sometimes you might need to go slightly larger or slightly lower, depending on the system that you need and depending also on what's available. Now, as far as the compressor options, I said that this would mainly be dealing with the 18 kilowatt unit, and I've already really explained the reason why. So now we're going to jump into the rebates that this unit can attract. So if we go to the Victorian Energy Upgrades registry and we go to the calculator and we put in following details that we're replacing a ducted gas system. So this is what you need to qualify for the majority of rebates. You need a ducted gas system. Then we'll go Rinnai and we'll choose the specific brand, which is MON6H18B. So that means that's the 18 kilowatt unit. We're going to click non-ducted on the product type, put in whatever postcode you belong to, and then we're going to put in the cooling capacity and the heating capacity of the unit. Now, for these rebates, typically the more heads that you get internally, so the higher that number is in terms of the heating capacity and the cooling capacity of the units, the more rebates you're going to qualify for. So in this case, if you qualify for the maximum number of rebates, you're going to be getting 81 VIGs. So 81 VIGs translates to about $8,000 to $8,500 based on current VIG prices. Now, when you're dealing with installers and you're looking to get the full value of these rebates, typically the way it works is you need to work with an accredited provider, and that accredited provider will give you a price for those VIGs, which will be a little bit less than the actual VIG price, right? Because they need to make money for their business, essentially. So the full value of rebates, you won't really be getting. Now would be a good time to mention that if you're looking to get this done, Gridless has the best installers and contractors to install the system for you. We use only the best contractors that are available, that we have fully vetted and that have already done jobs for us to make sure that the quality of the job installed at your home is super, super high. We also take care of the entire rebate process for us, so you don't even have to lift a pen to do any of that. We will take care of all of that for you. So if you're looking to get that done, head to gridless.com.au, give us a call, or put in your details in our inquiry form and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. We can provide you with obligation-free quotes if you're interested in getting this done. The noise levels of the system. So this is actually one of the drawbacks of this system. It's actually a pretty loud outdoor system, but the indoor systems are very quiet. So the outdoor system gets up to about 71 decibels when it's at its peak, which is very loud, but it's not usually going to be there. It's like you're not always using it at its peak, right? Because it's got inverter technology. The fan only really goes at the speed which it needs to. Okay, that's a very important thing to understand with inverter technology. The fan only goes the speed that it needs to, but it is a more loud outdoor unit. So one of the cool things about Rinnai is that it's Wi-Fi compatible, so you can actually turn on the system from anywhere. So you've just finished work, it's a Friday afternoon, it's really sweltering. You can actually turn it on in your car, and when you get to your home, it can be cool, which is sort of cool. So now let's talk about the pricing of the unit and installation fees for getting a system installed. So for a multi-split system such as this, you're paying for the compressor, plus the heads, plus all of the materials required. For a system like this, depending on the number of heads that you're getting, and also depending on the layout of your house, which we'll get into a little bit later, you could be spending between $5,000 and $8,000 for the system and materials. Next, you'll have to pay for labor, the installers, and that can also range drastically depending on the number of heads that you're getting installed. But typically, you're looking at about $1,000 per head at the current market rates, about $1,000 per head minimum. Cool. And now let's talk about extra considerations which may attract more costs. So the first thing to consider would be internal wall installation. So you may have heard this, and basically the reason why is because condensation occurs whenever you have a heating or cooling system and it needs to go somewhere. If it's on an external wall, that water can easily be drained outside, but if it's in an internal wall, you need to have a condensation pump so that the water can be pumped outwards. If you don't have a condensation pump, you're gonna have all sorts of issues and water going down your house, and it's really not even an option. But the cons of having a condensation pump are that they're quite expensive to buy and install. You're looking at about $200 to $300 just to buy a condensation pump, not even including the costs of installing one. And they're also liable to break down, and they need to be serviced every single year. So a condensation pump, in my mind, is just an extra piece of equipment that could fail. And if you want to ensure the longevity of your system, you should try to avoid internal walls wherever possible. It's also going to be cheaper for you. But if obviously there's no choice, a condensation pump can be quite a good option. Next, if you have a double-story home, that is going to make the install more expensive for you because it requires a lot more piping and wiring and makes the installation much more complex. Finally, tin roofs can also make the installation much more complicated because it takes a long time to remove the metal cladding off the roofs to make space for the piping and the wiring. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other further systems or videos that you would like me to cover, please leave a comment below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And please visit gridless.com.au if you're looking for help in getting this organized for your home. Thanks.